Best man in wrestling right here. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. It ain't no doubt. It ain't no doubt. Flair, bring that old cashmere coat out here.
Can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long.
Welcome to Midday Sports with Rod Uncensored. You know what I mean? It's your boy Rod Uncensored. You know, we do it. We do these sports talk shows for the people in the trenches that still, you know what I mean, sharing a Colt 45, living with their moms. That's why we do this show. For the people don't got cable and they need to put your boy on Tubi, Rod Uncensored. But I got a special guest today. Coach Dante, he's one of the hardest working podcasters on YouTube or all platforms. And we're gonna talk about the Houston Texans versus New England Patriots Week 1 preseason game. We're gonna do a preview. We're gonna figure out what's going on in their training camp and much like that. Let me bring him on right now.
Yo, what's good, man? What's good? Thank you for having me on the show, man.
So let's get right into it, man.
Let's do it.
What are you seeing in the training camp for your Houston Texans, man? What are they looking like? What's the offensive coordinators? You know what I mean? What kind of can y'all spread people out or y'all running attack? How does offense looking with CJ Stroud?
I think it's a little bit more balanced. It may have a little bit of an RPO game inside of it, outside of it, because CJ Stroud may be more mobile than what other people think. I know he's noticed as a pocket passer, as a very legit pocket passer, and CJ Stroud is something that we been looking for, a quarterback, a dynamic quarterback, man, that can sit up in the pocket, that can throw the football pretty well. And again, we're gonna be more balanced. Dameon Pierce was our best running back that we had probably in a long time. He had over 1,000 all-purpose yards last year. He's hard to get down. He's hard to get down when he gets up in open space. But other than that, you have Nico Collins, who shown some stability to be a very good playmaker. When he's on the field, the problem is he has not really been on the field. He's not been actually healthy. Hopefully we can get him more healthy this coming season. We have John Mechie. John Mechie is coming back off leukemia last year. He missed out a full season on leukemia. He's been a playmaker in training camp. And we drafted Tank Dell. We pretty much drafted Tank Dell, who's
That's the one I like. That's the one I like, man. I've been watching him since probably Alabama A&M. People don't know he came from FCS level and worked himself up.
Tank Dell is a guy that can take the top off the defense. He's also versatile. He can run punts. He can run kickoff returns right back too. So he's very versatile. But we looking to be more balanced. The coaching staff, D'Amico Ryans looks pretty solid. He's going to be coaching basically on the defensive side of the football. Adding Jimmy Ward is a big plus for us in the secondary. Him and Jalen Petrie look like a dynamic secondary team. Derek Stingley, who we just drafted last year, got an opportunity to start. He was out for most of the season. I think he only played about 9 or 10 games before he got injured, completely hurt. He should be back with a vengeance. And then plus we got Desmond King, who's going to be our slot guy. So everything is going well in training camp. Will Anderson tends to be unblockable. The only one that can actually block him is pretty much Tonto, but Tonto is a top 2, top 3 offensive lineman in football. But he's also bulked up in weight too. He is also 260 pounds, so he added a little weight up on him a little bit. So I like the direction this team is going in right now.
Man, I think that's definitely, I'm making the right moves, man. With defensive coordinators taking a head coach job, they're really conservative. But you're saying they're going to do a lot of RPO and be aggressive. So that'd be great to see, man, especially because Will Anderson is my defensive rookie of the year. I think he got that much potential. I've been watching him in Alabama. He was a wrecking ball.
I think Will Anderson has an opportunity. A lot of people got him voted as rookie player of the year by him being 260 pounds, and he's going to be more on the edge a lot too. He's going to be more on the edge a lot. D'Amico decided to put him up on the edge a lot because he's more faster, be coming up on the edge. I don't believe he's big enough to play inside. Not in the NFL level. In the college level, you can get away with playing inside, but in the NFL level, it fits more on the outside for him. So other than that, Will Anderson looks unblockable in training camp right now. And right now, he's a starter on the depth chart. Right now, he's a starter. He's listed as a starter on the other side of Jonathan Green-Gennard, who's pretty underrated as well. He was hurt last year, baffled by injuries. And plus, this is a big year for Jonathan Green-Gennard because this is a contract year. Regardless if he gets one with us, if he doesn't, he's going to get a big beat. If he has a great season, he's going to be looking for a big payday for somewhere else.
So what other rookies you're looking at? Like, man, they're gonna be some contributors on the team. What's some rookies you seen? You know what I mean, in training camp, be like, man, he's gonna be different on Sunday.
I'm gonna tell you the one watch out for when we play your Patriots tomorrow. Xavier Hutchinson, number 19 from out of Iowa State. The guy's big, about 6'3", very good, very versatile. He catch. He made some dynamic catches in training camp. He's a big playmaker. Most of his career, he's been injury riddled. In Iowa State, he's made Big 12 all first team each and every year. Xavier Hutchinson is also a guy that can get off the line of scrimmage, that can run any route, but he's also a possession receiver. You throw it up to him, Xavier Hutchinson is going to go get it. So he's been one of the rookies that's been standing out in training camp as a receiver. Keep an eye on him tomorrow night. And you also got linebacker Henry Tool from Alabama. The middle linebacker. He is basically Christian Harris' best friend. Him and Christian Harris played on the same team last year. Christian Harris pretty much the only one that got the linebacker solidified. It's a fight for the other outside, for the other linebacker's position. But Henry Tool is another guy that's really been standing out pretty well in training camp on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. You know what I mean? So Danny Mills going to be number 2. He's going to be number 2 backup.
As far as it looks like it, Davis Mills is number 2 as a number 2 quarterback. It depends on what happens, how C.J. Stroud performs tomorrow night. If C.J. Stroud performs well in the time he gets tomorrow night, I think it will be no hesitation for D'Amico Ryans to be quarterback, for him to be quarterback 1, because right now he has outperformed Davis Mills. He's outplayed Davis Mills throughout this whole training camp. Davis Mills has a lot of inconsistencies in him. He's not had a bad camp. He's been playing well as well, but CJ has been better for us, consistency and him playing football and him putting the ball up on the money. The offense is just moving up and down the field. You're getting more big plays coming out of CJ Stroud. You're getting more big plays coming out of CJ Stroud and play action, the RPO game. You get more big plays coming from CJ Stroud. So I think at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, the level of consistency in him. Even on par with Davis Mills, who's a third-year pro, even him being on par, I think that gives CJ Stroud basically the edge.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I watched a lot of C.J. Stroud. You know what I mean? At Ohio State, he did struggle in a couple games with his accuracy. I think it's going to be pivotal for him to do the RPO system and to, shorten the routes out. Do some quick routes for him. You know what I mean? Because the NFL game is much quicker than the Big Ten. You know what I mean? So it's definitely going to take him some time to adjust. And hopefully he doesn't get into that mindset of not sliding, because we've seen a lot of black quarterbacks not to do the slide. They want to be Superman. So hopefully in the NFL level, he knows to, hit that slide button.
And another thing to keep in mind, and when he was in Ohio State, basically, you had a clean pocket for most of the time. And now he's starting to get adjusted to not having a clean pocket. He is starting to step up a little bit on his throws and realize that's what pocket awareness kind of kicks in a little bit when the pass rush is coming, when everybody is really coming at you, him being aware and step up in the pocket. So in the NFL, in this game, He may have to step up a little bit more than he thinks. He may have to run the ball a little bit more than he thinks if he has wide open space. But I like the opportunities that he's trying to stay in there, hang in the pocket, and look for an open wide receiver. But he's doing a very good. At first, he struggled in camp because he's so used to having a clean pocket. But other than that, he's starting for the past couple of days. He's starting to adjust to not having a clean pocket and starting to step up in the pocket a little bit more and start running the ball, or he would deliver a throw to a wide open wide receiver.
Okay. So what about the cornerbacks? Who is your starting corners? Free safety. Did Miko trains that up?
Yeah, he trains that up too. He basically is training up the whole defense. So
okay.
Your starting cornerbacks is going to be obviously Steven Nelson and Darius Stingley. Steven Nelson, just got a little bit extra money from the Houston Texans. It was a contract dispute coming into training camp. Wasn't happy about it, and they gave him a little bit extra money. He's been performing well in training camp. He's been really our best corner in actually training camp. So he had a very good season last year. Derek Stingley had a hell of a training camp as well. So
what's up, Jordan?
He put it up on. He's a little bigger. Derek Stingley is a little bigger than he was actually last year. So he's more of a press man cornerback, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities to play man to man against regardless the best receivers or regardless of who comes on his side. But the cornerback situation is really, really good. We also got Desmond King, who's going to play in a slot, who's going to play for us in the slot. He used to be an All-Pro at San Diego. Also, he can return kicks and all and everything. So we got a very, very good cornerback room. We got Jacoby Francis, who's been very good in training camp as well. So our cornerback room is looking very good as of right now.
Okay. So what are your expectations for this preseason game? What would you like to see from your offense and defense? What's your expectations you want to see as a fan?
My expectations that I want to see, it's more than I'm not. Well, you obviously want to see the guys go out there and win a preseason game, but to me, it's about going out there to see these guys improve. Who's going to impress you more? Because you got guys out here that's going to try to make this team. Same thing for New England. Your New England Patriots. You want to just see guys who you just want to look at on TV. Oh, this guy is impressed. This guy deserves to make this team. This guy had a good showing. Or you want to look at people that's on a bubble that that's not that you're not so really happy with. But it's going to be a big showing, especially for the rookies. I would just want to see in an actual game how the rookies perform. Now, this is a big game again, like I said on the morning show, for CJ Stroud. For him to lock up the quarterback position, put it into the quarterback position once and for all, and show everybody and show Davis Mills, hey, that you're quarterback number one. You're here to change this organization. The last time we had a franchise quarterback, it was Deshaun Watson. The last time we had a franchise quarterback, and it's a lot of pressure on CJ Stroud to come in here and perform well. If I have to predict, I think he will perform well. He will kind of hold his own. Yes, he's going to make a little rookie mistakes. All rookies going to do that. But it's about time for him to put a stamp and say, hey, I'm quarterback number one, and he can put it into that tomorrow night. If he performs well, regardless how many series he's getting, I'm expecting him probably to play a couple of series. Not surprised if he play into halftime, but if he has a good showing, he can be named a starting quarterback. And he does have the upper hand on Davis Mills. Davis Mills is a third-year starter for him. He just got to prove that, hey, he's a capable starting quarterback in this league. He may not be the quarterback of the future for the Houston Texans, but who's to say he can't be it for nobody else? So this is a big stepping stone for Davis Mills as well, for him to show that he's still a capable quarterback in this league. He can be a starting quarterback in this league. But basically, I just want to see the rookies that have been stepping up in training camp come out here and just make plays.
And that's the biggest thing I want to see for my team, man, because this is Max Jones. This is Max Jones make it or break it. These preseason games. It's no excuses this year. We got Billy O. I know Billy O tore up your team, tore up the Houston Texans, but you got to give him as a play caller. He's definitely a great play caller as an offensive coordinator. So we got to see this. Like I think if he does bad, I'm telling you now, the fans going to be cheering for Bailey Zappi to take that job.
Yeah, I mean, is it actually quarterback competition between Zappi and Matt Jones?
Yeah.
With Matt Jones, or just Matt Jones in his own room? Is it a quarterback situation over there?
I think it is.
Okay.
You can't. I don't care what nobody said about last year. Those picks are from you not seeing the field properly and reading the coverages. You know what I mean? Bailey Zappi came in there and he had a better field position, passer rating than you in a couple games and touchdown ratio to picks. So you know what I mean. We got a good offensive coordinator. We got you 2 big tight ends, so you can dump it off to. We got Ramondre Stevenson, who's a pretty solid back. I think that's probably Achilles' heels in that offensive tackle position. But we got some weapons for you this year. It's not the same team, you know what I mean? And that's where we got to see you making smarter decisions, throwing the ball. Because our defense is good every year. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Is the quarterback decision making the problem?
Yeah, I heard a lot about Keyshawn Butte. He wasn't good started early on, but he's now becoming better and better. How you feel about Keyshawn? Do you think you see him getting some meaningful reps during the season? You think he helped himself out a little bit in training camp?
I don't know, man. I think Pop's been showing off more, and he's from Liberty. Okay. Demario Douglas, he's been showing out in camp. Yeah. So I think they're going to be fighting for the same job pretty much because we ain't going to carry 6 receivers.
Yeah.
Like we ain't carrying no 6 receivers. So it's going to be like some making a band stuff like Diddy. So who will go grab that cheesecake? You know what I mean? So we're going to see that. But I'm also interested to see who's going to step up in that running back and be number 2. So it's going to be Pierre Strong, Harris, and we're going to see who's going to fight for it. Like again, I feel like the tackle position is my worry. So I want to go see him go against some one-on-ones, Dermot and whoever's playing that tackle position tomorrow. I want to see Will Anderson put some pressure on them tackles. You know what I mean? See who's gonna win that battle.
We also got a few injuries, on the offensive line as well. We just paid Titus Howard. He has a broken hand. He came out with a broken hand, so it's gonna be some. We got Juice Scruggs who can come in as a rookie. The rookie from Penn State. He should get some meaningful reps tomorrow night. We also got Jesse Matthews out. We down another receiver, but I only think we're going to keep, like you said, we're going to keep 5 receivers. I think we're going to keep about 5, possibly 5 receivers over there. It's obviously who the 5 that we actually is going to keep as a receiving core. And it's a battle for the running back 3. We already got our running back 1 and number 2. Devin Singletary is going to be the running back 2. But Xavier Valade, Derek Gubawale, his sister plays in the WNBA. It's going to be a definitely battle for the running back 3 position. And, very excited to see where it goes. But like I said, man, I just want to see guys go out here and improve. And I just want to see what the rookies do, because right now those rookies have not played like they're rookies. They play like they're more veteran. They're more veterans, and they've been in the league before. The way I've seen them play in training camp, you would think they would struggle coming in training camp. But Tank Dell, Xavier Hutchinson, Mechie coming off leukemia looks really, really good. He's a very good route runner, and people forgot that guy could have been easily a first-round pick if he was even healthy in Alabama. But I'm glad that we got him. But these guys, young guy, I want to see them step up when the game is on. This is a shot tomorrow to see how really good these guys are going to be in the bright lights. I know it's preseason. It's not actually the regular season, but it's still an opportunity. You can show that you can come in the NFL, you can play, you can compete.
And that's like the major thing. I want to see what my shining star is. Christian Gonzalez. I want to see, is he really what he is? You know what I mean? Is he really him going to be on the island by himself, and can he handle that? Because we got some of the best receivers in the AFC in our division. You know what I mean? So you got to see if you're a dog or you're not a dog. You know what I mean? I trust Bill when it comes to evaluating cornerbacks and secondary players and defenses players. But I want to see it for myself. Is he really him? Is Keon White, you know, man, we just re-signed Trey Flowers. Is Keon White going to have some valuable PT? You know what I mean? What is that free safety spot? Is Adrian Phillips going to be starting free safety? So, you know what I mean? D-Mac just retired in all season. So I want to see what that secondary look like. Do they work together? Is it a lot of missed assignments? You know, because that's, you know, you can't have no missed assignment in playing secondary in that secondary. Somebody's taking that thing to the house. So I want to see that, man. But I'm hearing Jabril Peppers having a good, solid training camp. I'm proud of him because, you know what I mean, coming off that injury bug he had with the Giants. So, you know what I mean, other teams he was on. So, you know what I mean, we still got Matthew Judon. I don't think Matthew Judon is going to take too many snaps. Him and Uche, Bentley, Broadmoor. I feel like, you know what I mean, it's going to be a lot of the young boys getting the chances. But the guy I want to see, my dark horse, is Isaiah Bowden, who played a little bit at Florida State and played a little bit at Jackson State. I want to see if they're going to use him as special teams. He's going to get some reps at corner because he's 6'3". You know what I mean? You can't teach 6'3" at corner. So I like big body corners. So I want to see that.
I totally forgot y'all guys did draft the Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. I really watched a lot of tape on Christian Gonzalez, and he looked really good, man. He looked really solid. I got high hopes for Christian Gonzalez. It'll be interesting. Is he going to be on a number one wide receiver, which is Nico Collins, tomorrow night? I kind of want to see that matchup. He's got very good ball awareness, but he struggles tackling a little bit. But like I said, I'd rather have a guy that can cover. If you can do your job in coverage, that's all that matters the most. Like they're saying, if anybody getting past the second level, if anybody getting past the defensive line and expecting a cornerback to try to make a tackle on a running back, that's not going to happen too many times. But as long as I value coverage. If you can cover somebody and shut down your side of the field, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you don't gotta lay the boom like Errol Thomas. You don't gotta be Steve Atwater in my defense. I just want you to cover, deflect some passes. You can't make a play on the ball deflected. You know what I mean? I don't need you to be an overly aggressive tackler, but be willing to try to make a tackle. You gotta be willing to.
Yeah, if you be willing to, like, I think that's one thing what I saw, you know, in Derek Stingley last year. He was able to cover, but he also can lay the boom on. He also can tackle pretty good, pretty better than what people expect. Him and Cortland Sutton was in a physical battle, and the way he tackled Cortland Sutton, you almost thought Cortland Sutton broke his neck on that certain play when he took his legs from him on that. But he's also a pretty good physical tackler, and plus he got a little bit bigger. And stuff like that. So I can't wait to see Derek Stingley guard the number one wide receiver tomorrow. But right now, man, I'm very excited to what this team is going. And D'Amico Ryans looked like he got this defense flying all over the ball. They've been flying all over the ball throughout the whole training camp. Jalen Petrie and CJ Stroud been the most consistent trash talkers in training camp. That's what makes it more fun. But just cannot wait to see this defense. Top tackle tomorrow, and just be all over the field, possibly be all over the field.
So what is the time you think the organization is going to give D'Amico Ryan to make this a respectable team again? Like what is the time frame you think he needs?
I think he's going to get all the time he needs because he's got a 6-year deal. He's got a 6-year deal, which shows you he's not going anywhere. more soon. I know we got a target because we let go of Lovie Smith and we let go of David Culley, but those were 1-year deals. Those were not guaranteed for them to get a contract extension. Them holding the team down, was able to get D'Amico Ryans. You gotta take that. You got to take that in consideration right there. We don't get D'Amico Ryans without those two guys being able to hold the fort down as much as they could. And those two guys were not future head coaches in this league. So if there's any time, you wanted to do that, you wanted to lose for 2 straight years and then get rid of a coach, it was this year. And then we actually got D'Amico Ryans, who was the best coach on the market at that time. You had him and Sean Payton on the market, and Denver really wanted him bad. Denver tried to get him twice, and D'Amico Ryans turned it down pretty much just to be in Houston. So, and he started off in Houston as a player. As an all-pro. So he knows the game of football, and he also been a part of the best defensive front and the best defense with the San Francisco 49ers. So he's going to have more of the responsibility on the defensive side of the ball. We got Bobby Slowick is going to be calling the offensive principles. He comes over from San Francisco with D'Amico Ryans. So you got Chris Burke, who's helping D'Amico Ryans on the defensive side as well, who comes from Arizona over there. So we got a pretty well put together coaching staff. Also, Coach Ross coming over coaching the special teams side of things. So all phases looks really good. Looks really, really good. So other than that, D'Amico Ryans going to have much time he needs to get this team going. The earliest he can get this team going and back in the playoffs is probably next year. Because again, I think we're going to have an improved year. We don't got the best of the division, but last year we competed well in the division, and we competed well in the division. I was impressed the way we competed in the division. The problem, I want to see us improve outside of the division. Can we win games outside of the division? Can we beat a team like Atlanta? Carolina, who's not going to be no slouch in their division, the Falcons, who you should have an upper hand against. Like I say, you can beat anybody in our division. You got to play Denver again, who's probably going to be better with Sean Payton in the head coaching. So again, though, and the schedule is not all that hard, but you got to get on the field and play these games. It's what you're going to do outside of the division. We know what we can do inside of the division. We know we can beat anybody inside of the division. It's just how can we do outside of it.
Russell Wilson want to keep on getting his free money. He got baby number 4 coming. Sierra ain't free. You know what I mean? He got all this coming up. So, I think he's going to have a better year. But, man, do you feel like the 49ers are going to have a drop-off without D'Amico Ryans play calling?
If I had to 10, I'm gonna say I don't think they will have too much of a drop-off. It could hurt because they did get Steve Wilkes, who's really good, who's been a head coach in the league, who I thought that should have got the head coaching job in Carolina. For what he did at the end of the year. They won 1 game out the playoffs before they lost that game against Tampa Bay. If they won that game against Tampa Bay, they will be in the playoffs playing the Dallas Cowboys. So, again, I thought he should have got the head coaching job, but they gave it to Coach Frank Reich, who named a starter early on. I mean, he gave Bryce Young the keys early on and, over Andy Dalton. Hey, and it should happen, man. You drafted your quarterback number 1. Why not? Why not throw him out there and just, he's going to go through some rookie growing pains, but he's going to be a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. We can definitely kind of tell he's been playing well, in training camp. As of right now, they had a joint practice versus the Jets today. They're getting ready to play the Jets, but other than that, I think San Francisco is going to be fine. I think they got the pieces. You got Bosa, who's the defensive player of the year. You got Javon Hargraves, who they pulled from the Philadelphia Eagles. They still got the pieces left on the defensive side of the ball to make everything still work, even without D'Amico Ryans.
I just feel like it's a lot of hype with these. In my division, I feel like it's a lot of hype, man. Like it's easy for them to assume Aaron Rodgers is going to come there and take him to the Super Bowl. Like, what have we seen recently from Aaron Rodgers that think he's still got that hunger to take a team to the Super Bowl?
I mean, like I say again, I don't even got them going to the Super Bowl. I don't even got them going to the playoffs. I got them in 3rd place in their division, actually. I'm not going to overlook the Patriots. The Patriots going to play hard. That's not an easy victory, especially when you're going in the Foxborough Foxborough. Now they're going to be very good on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to be very good on the defensive side of the ball. They were very good last year on that side of the ball. You know, they got some players on that side of the ball that is really good. Quentin Williams is scary. That dude is scary. He just got his money. You got Sauce Gardner, who was all pro as a rookie. But I attend sometimes he holds a little bit too much. The refs do let him hold a little bit too much. They do let him get away with a lot of holding a lot. So you can criticize that a little bit. But other
what is that spot in Houston is really bad? What zone is that called?
You say what?
What's that zone called in Houston?
What zone?
Oh, Houston got that bad area. It's called what? I forgot the name of it. It's a nickname for Houston. It's like the ghetto of Houston.
Damn.
Not the 6th Ward is something else. It ain't Houston, ain't it?
You know what I'm talking about? You talking about this year?
No. I'm talking about the projects in Houston. It's like on YouTube and stuff where everybody get robbed at. I forgot the name of it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that boy be, I'm telling you, he be grabbing people's pockets.
Yeah. He be holding. He be getting away with a lot.
My God. A lot of holding.
With a lot of holding. He gets away with a lot of holding though. So
with them lanky arms, lanky ass arms.
I don't blame him. If you can get away with it, if you can find a way to get away with it, hey, I commend you on that. If you can get away with it without the referee looking, hey, I can commend them for that. As long as you can get away with it without the ref just calling it and looking at it. If the ref won't allow you to be physical and play football, I don't kind of mind that. But he does do a lot of holding. He does it a little bit too much. But other than that, I think their defense is gonna be fine. I think their defense is gonna be fine. It's just how will they improve on the offensive side of the ball? You got Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, who can be a stud in the league. They got Allen Lazard. I think their receiving core is better than what they had really actually last year, but I still don't think they're talented enough than the Miami Dolphins or the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Buffalo Bills, they're not a championship contending team. They're not at all.
No.
But they should do enough. They should do enough to win this division. They've been with this like 3 years. They won it 3 straight years or a couple of years. They won a division. So they give me no reason really not to pick them into somebody overthrowing them. So that's why I got them winning the division. You can argue it's a toss-up between the Jets and Patriots, or the Patriots can they can beat any team in that division. They're going to be hard to beat as well. They're going to have a really good, respectable record. As long as you got Bill Belichick on that squad and coaching that squad, you're going to always get the best out of the New England Patriots.
Do you think your boy going to get a call, though? Your boy Clowney, man. I think he's like a big bite on a 7-Eleven. At a 7-Eleven, one of them grills. I think he's done. Do you think he's going to get an opportunity?
I think he still should get an opportunity. He's been not so long. Like when he was in Cleveland, he had 11 sacks. That shows you, that gives you stability that he can pretty much play a little bit. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he's out. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a call because he's still showing some signs in Cleveland that he can put up a pass rush, that he still can get to the quarterback.
Man, I gotta ask you a question though, man. What happened to Adrian Foster, man? He's one of my favorite Texans. You know, I used to like to watch. What happened to him, man? Why y'all didn't use his prime well, man? Y'all didn't use his prime at all.
I think we did. I think we did use his prime. The problem is he got hurt too much.
Yeah,
he had well, it was a non-contact Achilles injury that killed him. That happened. I think it was a game in Miami when he tried to cut and and back of his heel, his Achilles started to give out. So I think the problem is the Texans used him right because again he was an all-pro. He was an all-pro when he was with the Houston Texans. I love the Arian Foster, man. That was my favorite running back in the league. You know, he was undrafted out of Tennessee. When you don't expect a lot from those undrafted guys, but as soon as Arian Foster hit the field, he was productive. He also can catch up out of the backfield. But injuries, I think, when I would say injuries slowed him down a little bit. Then he came out. He had a groin injury, a hamstring injury. I believe what it was in 2015, 2014. I would say something that he had a hamstring injury pretty much. So injuries kind of hurt his career a little bit. But he was a special talent. here in Houston. He tried to play for Miami. It did not work. I would say injuries got the best of him. Injuries kind of slowed him down.
So who do you have? D-Hop 1A or Andre Johnson 1B? How do you have them ranked?
People always ask me that question too, bro. And I love that question. That's a hell of a question because I love it both of them, man. I love it both of them. But if I have to go with, I have to take Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson was the epitome number one wide receiver. And when he starts slowing down a little bit, DeAndre Hopkins starting to come into his own. But the moment Andre Johnson left the Houston Texans, you had questions about DeAndre Hopkins stepping up and being the number one wide receiver. And boy, did he do it. He did it the right way. He stepped up. He's been 1,000-yard wide receiver every single season. He made some. I mean, if it's a ball that is near his way, he's coming down with it. Tell you that right now. If it's a ball, go ahead.
Do you think he deserves a gold jacket?
In Houston, I'm gonna say he deserved to get his number retired. But
he's Hall of Famer.
I think if he retires today, he may be a Hall of Famer. He may be a Hall of Famer if he retires today. But I think he's got a lot more years. He's only 30 years old. He's only 30 years old, so he's still got some time.
I'm talking about Andre Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, most definitely, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Especially he's a Houston Texans legend. Most definitely, he's a Hall of Famer. He should be classified to be in the Hall of Fame. And his jersey is already retired in Houston, and like he's gonna again. He is Houston. He still resides in Houston to this day, and he was one of the few guys I gotta thank because he the one got DeMeco Ryans this job and helped and put in a good word for DeMeco Ryans and put in a good word for the DeMeco Ryans. Now every legend coming from the Houston Texans that ever played for the Houston Texans organization, they are happy to see DeMeco Ryans as the head coach of the Houston Texans.
Okay. So what's some other preseason games you're looking to watch this weekend, or you're interested to see rookies in it, and you're like, man, I want to see what they look like, what kind of game they got?
Yeah, I'm gonna be covering a lot of preseason. You know, of course, my Texans will be covering every game this season for them, but other games as well. I'm looking for the Seattle Seahawks, Devin Weatherspoon. Can't wait to see him, the cornerback out of Illinois, who's really good, who can cover, who has the potential, to kind of be a shutdown corner in this league. I'm also looking forward to see JSN, Jackson Smith-Njigba, the wide receiver from Ohio State, Ohio prepares with that receiving core of DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and himself. So there's going to be some interesting rookies to watch. Of course, I want to see Christian Gonzalez. Can't wait to see him tomorrow, how he fares against. That was one of my guys coming into this draft, one of my cornerbacks. And also Emmanuel Ford from the Washington Commanders. He's kind of a little bit. He's a lot small. He's only 163 pounds, but he can cover. He's very fast. He runs like a 4.3, so he's going to be very good for us covering wide receivers. So I'm going to be looking forward to a lot of these rookies as well. And of course, you got Jack Campbell. Jahmyr Gibbs, who's with the Detroit Lions as of right now. You got Josh Downs with the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of rookies to be excited about.
I'm really interested to see what is Joey Porter Jr. is going to do, man.
Yeah,
to try to fill them shoes of his dad. His dad might not have been a Hall of Famer, but he was nasty. Joey Porter Jr. was nasty, spit in somebody's face, just talking on the sideline. He's like a real life Alvin Mack off of the program. Yeah. He's just going to give it to you, talk to you crazy the whole game. So they come for that, and you in the toughest fan bases in the NFL. The Steelers think they got it every year. You know what I mean? They think they got the division every year. So they do that and come out there. You playing corner, so it's a different position, but he got a lot of dog. I watched him at Penn State. He got a lot of dog. And he will lay that wood on you. He's going to lay that wood on you.
And he also, that's another guy that has issues a lot and holding a lot. So again, he's got to definitely improve on that. Like you can get physical in college. You can get physical in college. They'll let you get away with that. Depends on the name. In college, they can let you get away with all that. But in the NFL, when you're going up against these big wide receivers like a DK Metcalf or someone like that, like a George Pickens who just made that play on them, it was good defense. That was a hell of a defense, but a hell of a play by George Pickens going up and getting that football. Those type of things are going to happen. So he's definitely got to be careful. He definitely got all the making to be something good and be something special, especially in coverage. It's just, the referees are going to be called. I can tell him being aggressive like that, depends on who he's guarding. They're going to be calling that a lot.
I also want to see Darnell Washington that came out of Georgia. I want to see how they're going to use him. Like, he's like an extra tackle. He blocks that good. But I want to see, can they use him? Like, I think they could use him like Vernon Davis. Remember Vernon Davis with the 49ers?
Remember Vernon Davis well.
They gave him like really, short routes because he was not the greatest route runner, but he can get open. So hopefully they can use him like that. But because they've been lacking that tight end position a long time since Heath Miller. We won't go all the way back. Heath Miller for the Pittsburgh. But Quentin Johnson too with Herbert. I think he's gonna have crazy numbers. Because Allen's always hurt. Palmer's kind of injury prone too. Williams. But my dark horse is, like, a lot of people he's under the radar. I watch a lot of FCS football. I think Xavier Smith for the Rams.
Okay. With
Cooper Kupp. Because they got Van Jefferson. Come on, man. I think he got an opportunity. Plus they got that boy on there, Durant. From Durant, for South Carolina State. He got a couple picks at the end of the year. So I think people are sleeping on the Rams. They think they're gonna go only win 2 games. I think they're gonna be competitive.
Yeah, it's always a possibility that they will be more competitive than what you think because they're in a tough division. They actually in a tough division with the Seahawks and the 49ers in that division. They're going to be really something good. You got Stetson Bennett has also had a good camp too. He's also had a good camp too. The quarterback out of Georgia. So be looking for him to kind of be when Matthew Stafford decides to retire to take another leap up as quarterback one with the Rams. Or if Matthew Stafford gets hurt, don't be surprised Stetson Bennett get in there. And he be pretty much promising. Stetson Bennett also had a pretty good camp over there in Los Angeles.
Stetson Bennett remind me like a great value Josh Allen. You know what I mean? He kind of got the same measurables and the same kind of game, but I just don't want to see that brother they got on that bench again. Whatever his name, Woxford, whatever his name is, I just don't never want to see him and Josh Johnson. I never want to see them on the field again.
You shouldn't see them on the field again. I don't believe you don't see them on the field again. Now, Josh Johnson, I don't understand how he's back still in the league in the NFL.
I don't understand.
I didn't really understand that. He was with San Francisco in that playoff game. Of course, we all know what happened in that game, but I don't understand how he still got a job in the league.
I think the Commander's going to be sneaky, man. I think nobody really want to see that front seven. Who really want to see that first seven go against the offensive line with Chase and Young?
I had a piece of it last year. I had to witness it last year. Them pushing Kenyon Green around as a rookie. That front seven is probably the best front seven in an NFC. Probably right there. With if Chase Young can have a bounce back season, and like I say, he's been hurt, but if he comes back, be the old Chase Young, that's gonna be a problem. Also, they have an opportunity to be good on the offensive side of the ball. They have an opportunity to be good on the offensive side of the ball. I think it's gonna be up to the quarterback situation. It's gonna be up to how Sam Howell plays because they actually could have an underrated 1-2 punch with Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson over there. I actually like that 1-2 punch right there that they got right there. So if they can, if Sam Howell can be pretty much a game manager and don't turn the football over, I think the Commanders can be very scary to play in the NFC North, in the NFC East. I mean,
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just waiting for next year, man. Before we get out, I'm just waiting for next year to see what's really coming, man. Marvin Jr. He's that dude. Marvin Jr. is that dude, and you know what I mean. Another one I'm looking forward to see, man.
yeah,
Mason Taylor,
yeah,
Jason Taylor's son. That boy's hands soft like kitten
yep,
paws, man. He got some soft hands. He catch everything. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to them guys, you know what I mean, in the future. And also Shador Sanders. I think Shador Sanders would be prime time when Dak get booted out. I think that would be major.
yep. Also, for not only you got your boy Marvin Harrison Jr. You got the guy that's on his team who's going to be really good. Emeka Amuga is going to be really good as well. You're going to have Xavier Worthy coming out as a receiver from the Longhorns. You're going to have Malik Neighbors from LSU coming out, and some receivers coming out this year that's going to be really something special. Now the quarterback situation, you got Caleb Williams who's going to come out, who's coming out. There'll be teams are gonna be kind of like Arizona or Las Vegas, maybe fighting for his services. Drake May, Bo Nix, Quinn Ewers. You got a very good quarterback class that's gonna be coming out.
So how do you feel like where's the pressure for it? What team do you follow really in college football?
The Longhorns.
Okay, let me say this. So how do you feel about your team switching to the SEC, man? Do you think that was a good move?
I'm not for as football reasons. I don't think it's a good move. But you already know the money comes involved and stuff like that. But football, the SEC is pretty stacked. You can say that we do play Alabama. We do play Alabama this year, which we played them close last year. We should have actually won the game last year versus Alabama. But SEC football, that is going to be a little tough going up against Alabama, Florida, and stuff like that. But in basketball, Texas should be fine. They should be fine.
I'm not saying that, man.
Basketball and baseball, they're gonna be good. But football, I don't feel good about it in football. To be honest, I don't feel good about it.
And before we get out of here, man, where do you have Vince Young ranked for Texas quarterback? Where you got him ranked at?
I got him ranked at the top. He's at the top. He's at the top. He's top two. He's top two at quarterbacks at Texas. Probably the greatest quarterback I ever seen at Texas was Vince Young. The second greatest I seen was Sam Ehlinger. That's the second greatest quarterback. That's the second greatest quarterback I seen. I'm a big Sam Ehlinger fan.
You're not a big fan of Colt?
Colt McCoy was all right. I think Sam Ehlinger was better. Sam Ehlinger and Vince Young was way.
Hey, yo, how bad was that hit though, yo? We see that Mack truck Sue, which I thought Sue should have won the Heisman that year, but that's another story.
Yo,
but when you saw that Mack truck throw him down like that, I thought he was dead, yo.
I thought he was too. Yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was a part of that too. I thought he wasn't coming back in, but. That was a physical battle though. Sue, that was between them and Nebraska. Now I remember that game. It was a good defensive ball game. It was a low scoring game. We ended up winning on a field goal. Game-winning field goal. But Sue was a different dude. Sue was just that guy in Nebraska. He was unblockable.
Do you have high hope on Arch Manning? Do you got high hope for him in the upcoming future? He looked like trash in spring.
I think he's a little bit overrated. It's when he plays someone pretty good. I think he's a little overrated when he plays someone really good. I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's great as when people making it seem like in high school. He played bad. He played bad teams, but when he got in the playoffs, he actually got blown out in the first round. He actually got blown out, and he looked really bad in that spring game. But I like Malik Murphy. Malik Murphy is a dog. He's going to be something special for Texas. I think that's the next probably great quarterback at Texas, Malik Murphy.
Okay, man. I appreciate I appreciate you coming on, Midday Sports with Rod and the Lunch Crew. Let the people know where they can get at you and reach you and all your social media and what shows you got coming up this weekend.
Man, y'all can find me at on the Sports Empire Network with Rob, man. Y'all can definitely find me on Twitter at Coach Dante 31, that Rockets guy. Y'all can definitely find me on Instagram at Coach Dante 31. I will be covering tomorrow the Texans and Patriots preseason game on Coach Dante's YouTube channel. So and a lot of preseason games and regular season games and stuff like that. So y'all be looking at it.
All right, you know what I mean? This has been another show of Midday Sports with Rod. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? And also share, you know what I mean? Share, keep on sharing and liking and subscribing. Also, check out Coach Dante at Coach Dante on YouTube and subscribe and like and share that. And you know what I mean? If you please can hit that Cashapp, because I'm trying to get my money back for this child support I got. Please, $50, $80, $20. Please help a brother out. And we're out of here. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
Appreciate it.